Are you aware that the tariffs have been paused?
I am, yes.
Moving markets right now is a brand new Truth Social out from President Trump. The Dow is surging now up 1,500 points on this. President Trump has just put out a Truth Social saying, based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets, I am hereby raising the tariff charge to China by the U.S. to 125% effective immediately. At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. Conversely, and based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called reps of the United States, including the Department of Commerce, Treasury, and the USTR, to negotiate a solution to the subjects being discussed relative to trade barriers, tariffs, currency manipulation, and non-monetary tariffs, and that these countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the U.S. And here's the big news grabbing the headlines. I've authorized a 90-day pause, capital letters, and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately. He finishes with, thank you for your attention on this matter. That's a new Truth Social, John, out from the president moments ago. The market's obviously reacting to that.
So look, you can't undo the damage. The Trump slump is upon us now, and whatever he will try to do in the future does not undo the damage.
Yes, I knew exactly that Democrats will not take this lightly. They are not happy that the stock market went up immediately. Trump paused tariffs. They are now claiming something different, insider trading. When you take a look at this, he is now talking about opening another investigation into inside trading on Trump because the stock market went up. This Adam guy is crazy. I have never seen someone so insane like him. Just imagine saying this. Trump put up tariffs to nations they call in like bed for negotiations. And Democrats didn't want that. They were enjoying how people were complaining, some crying their money. Now they are saying, oh, some people are making a lot of money inside the White House. It is insane that they want to investigate. I'm going to show you all the clips I have. I have a compilation. Before I do that, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please endeavor to do it and share the video.
Are you aware that the tariffs have been paused?
I am, yes.
When were you made aware of that?
Well, I understood the decision was made a few minutes ago. It's something
Sitting here,
under discussion.
Sitting here under discussion. So did you know that this was under discussion, and why did you not include that as part of your opening remarks?
So typically what I don't do is divulge the contents of my discussions with
What are the
President
details
and
of the
Congress.
pause?
Well, my understanding is that because so many countries have decided not to retaliate, we're going to have about 90 days.
No, excuse me? China increased their tariffs on the United States. Trump blinked.
What's the blink, sir?
What do you know about this pause? What are the details of it?
Well, the details, as I understand it, is that China continues to retaliate. Other countries didn't retaliate. The president 2 or 3 days ago said we wanted to negotiate with those countries that asked for meetings. That's what we're doing.
What are the
We've had
details?
discussions.
How long is the pause? How many days? How many weeks?
I understand it's 90 days. I haven't spoken to the president since I've been
So
in
the
this
trade
hearing.
representative hasn't spoken to the president of the United States about a global reordering of trade.
Yes, I have. I've
And
just
yet
been in the hearing with you, sir.
But yet he announced it on a tweet. WTF? Who's in charge?
The president of the United States is in charge.
And what do you know about those details?
Well, as I mentioned,
It looks like your boss just pulled the rug out from under you and paused the tariffs, the taxes on the American people. There's no strategy. You just found out 3 seconds ago sitting here. We saw you.
Democrats don't want to see Trump winning. When they see a moment like this, people jubilating here and there, it's a nightmare to them. If you ask me right now, why is this man shouting? I will not be able to say it. You can still communicate with people normally without shouting. What is the essence of doing this? It's insane, right? When I look at them doing this every single time, it gets me so crazy. Ask him why he's shouting.
Execute his
Who
trade
executes
policy.
the trade policy?
I execute the trade
Did you
policy.
know
The
that
president.
this was happening?
We have been discussing all kinds of
And there's another
options.
member of the cabinet, Bessent, who just canceled coming to the Hill to avoid talking about the market because it's in turmoil. This in just days because there was no strategy, there was no plan. The president chose to take actions that he didn't even have the authority to take. He's put our economy in disarray and near collapse. We have small businesses and Americans who are concerned about their well-being, people's retirement, people's 529 accounts went down because of this administration. We have people that are planning to send their kids to college this fall. People who are retiring whose benefits have declined. Is this market manipulation?
No.
Why not? If it was a plan, if it was always the plan, how is this not market manipulation?
It's not market manipulation, sir.
Well, then what is it? Because it sure is not a strategy.
We're trying to reset the global trade system.
You're,
That's offshored all of our factories.
What has that done? How have you done? How have you achieved any of that? But to enact enormous harm on the American people, which was our concern from the very beginning. Tariffs are a tool. It can be used in the appropriate way to protect U.S. jobs.
Yes, when you take a look at this is Trump tweet. Adam said that Trump is creating a giant market fluctuation with his on again, off again tariffs. These constant gyrations in policies provide dangerous opportunities for insider trading. Who in the administration knew about Trump's latest tariff flip-flop ahead of time? Did anyone buy or sell stocks and profit at the public expense? I'm writing to the White House. The public has a right to know.
How concerned are you with this market fluctuation? And are you concerned that there could be members of the White House that are benefiting from it?
Absolutely. I'm writing to the White House to demand who knew in advance that the president was going to once again flip-flop on tariffs, and are people cashing in? There is just all too much opportunity for people in the White House and the administration to be insider trading, and you can't put it past them for a minute. So we're going to try to find out.
There's a good chance they'll just ignore you, though, right? Should there be some other independent investigation into this?
Well, I think Congress should do an investigation into this, but we're going to demand answers from the administration. I think you're right. They're likely to stonewall, particularly if they've been engaged in corrupt insider trading. But they won't be able to hide it for good. I mean, we know who's in the administration. We can look at eventually what people are buying and selling. This will come out. But an administration that has their own meme coins and is already engaged in self-interested dealing when Elon is doging agencies that are doing oversight of his own businesses, in that kind of corrupt climate, you have to assume the worst, and we're going to try to find out.
Like, seriously, you can't make this up. We have been thinking about insider trading for a very long time. This guy never came out to investigate insider trading. Nancy Pelosi, in fact, I don't want to name, a lot of these people have been doing this for a very long time. Trump focus is not about who is trading or not. Trump had his goals and he has achieved that. How many nations are now ready to negotiate? These people want to turn this story to a different level because they realize that the public is happy. There are people I saw crying here and there. They have invested a lot of money. And immediately when Trump gave this announcement, things went up. Reasons. You see, Democrat, they can't even take it because they knew this was a weak point to Trump. They were happy, when people were crying on social media. Now, the stock market bouncing back is a problem to them.
I'm up 8.2 million today. And I bought and I bought at the low. I'm getting some stats. I'm stuck. All the left, they're going to run away. They're going to disappear. I got that guy from the West Wing. Let's see. The West Wing guy, saw him email me today, that wonderful moron. I'm going to bring this country together. I told you. I said, be patient. All right, this guy. Oh, that guy from the West Wing. Someone's going to crush on me. All these left people, you voted for this. Oh, he's crying. I'm dancing. I said it's a time to buy. I said give him some time. He's not a crazy person. And I want to keep buying. That's all I said. I go, don't pretend the stock market don't matter, because it matters. And
could you see yourself supporting Democrats?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing about me, which drives me crazy, I vote for Trump. I support him. I was never like some crazy MAGA guy. Like I look at each candidate and I choose who I like. I think the left and a lot of even what they did with, I want to say, hiding Biden's mental state and not having a primary really drove me to the right. So I am not somebody who would just strictly vote based on Republican or Democrat. I vote on the people running, how I think they speak to me, the issues that are important to me. But yes, I will vote how I feel is the best interest of what I believe in. He was pretty straightforward that I'm tariffs, I don't like China, I'm going to do all this stuff. He's doing what he ran on. So to turn around just because we've had 3 or 4 bad days in the stock market, super uncomfortable. My bigger thing at this point is, let's not pretend it's not a major issue. If the stock market's tanking, we are going to have an economic meltdown over the long term. Trump said, it was a sick patient. He needed to take medicine. I'm taking my medicine, and I don't like my medicine, but I'm willing to take it. I voted for him. In a way, it's disingenuous now to be like, hey, what are you doing with these tariffs? Because he did make it pretty clear he was a tariff.
Yes, you've seen Dave. He went on CNN. He was actually crying because he lost a lot of money. He was already changing his mind, but he said something like he was confident that things might change. They wanted to know his mind if he will vote Democrat. Yeah, he made it clear, like, this is what I stand for. When Trump made this announcement, his stocks went up. And now look at the guy. He is dancing, enjoying, mocking Libras like never before. Thank you guys who has been sharing all my videos. God bless you. And please remember to always share the videos. And if you see clips after this, short clips, that is just for the YT algorithm. For some time now, they have not been recommending videos on this channel. So I'm struggling to see if things can bounce back.
He is not loyal to the United States of America.
I'm calling Elon. But what is it? Things looked up around 10 a.m., right? The market shot back into positive territory thanks to a tweet reporting the White House economic advisor.
Almost 1,600 points.
The market's lost more than $6.5 trillion in value.
This is an economic Armageddon.
My wife about the stock plunge. She said, "Oh, I thought you guys would never go."
Terrible. Narcissistic disorder would. I know better than anybody. Forget about the economists who know better. Forget about people who know history. I alone can fix it.
Have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy the view. And remember, the resistance is real. You're not alone.
Has anyone else noticed how women on the left are the most miserable group of people? So
Harris is not president. Trump is. And if you don't like him, folks,
Starting on.
Wish the
and
a lot of people who didn't vote.
And finally, new rule to those on the right.
Isn't exactly getting the hero's welcome.
That the Americans finally realized what the reality was.
This is a Fox News alert, a crushing blow for Democrats who had hoped against hope.
Brad Schimmel, that has included Elon Musk pouring tens of millions of dollars.
I think you saw a repudiation of the fact that.
Do you think the Republican takeaways tonight are going to
the margin right now?
So the latest, unbelievable.